Hello everybody, welcome back to today's episode of Crypto. Oh my god, it's nice to see a little bit of green in the market. I did see that open interest is starting to pick up, so again, that leverage is building. Hopefully this supports actual buys on the spot price. We would like to see this continue. I mean, it's hard to tell. Every time we get a little move, everyone levers up so heavily. And kind of opens the possibility for volatility. But anyway, I'm here for it, and things are looking positive. I just want to give you a little recap starting out the week. Let's get into it. So I'm going to bring you a 1-2 punch of positive news just to get this week rolling. And to everyone who's been following me, you know that I am paying close attention to the US SEC. Now, after 4 years of a very aggressive regime under Gary Gensler, we are getting just these little trickles of positive hopes. Obviously, the crypto task force dropping their case against Ripple, like very big news. And today they announced that they will begin shifting focus away from crypto enforcement. This is something that's been signaled, but of course, we love to see it put into writing. We love to see the policy actually taking that serious note. So this is just a first step in creating a very robust and real industry. This is what we want. It generates tax dollars. It generates GDP. It means that we can build some of this future-facing technology right here on American soil. It's very exciting and long tail, very powerful and relevant to a bull market. Now, this is going to take time, and it will not happen overnight, but I will take continued signaling. I will take continued optimistic signaling from these regulators. I'm very excited about that. And that brings us to an attached point as well, which comes back towards Tornado Cash. Now, Tornado Cash, as I've covered in the past, centers around this idea of open source software and disassociating the developers of said software, that you can write code that is open source that performs a function in a neutral fashion, and protecting those developers if that neutrality is broken by some sort of bad actor. In Tornado Cash, it was North Korea laundering some of their illicit funds, but they had no control over it, and we are not really responsible for what North Korea does. North Korea holds that responsibility. So there's this great Wall Street article about Roman Storm, about the development of Tornado Cash, and how he's being treated. A lot of it really goes to show that this is a mentality coming from the previous administration in the presidency, and we do hope to see Roman Storm getting out of this. He did write the code, he did deploy it, and then it was very in the vein and ethos of crypto. It was open for anyone to use. The control was no longer maintained by Roman and his teams. If anyone's curious about this, look up my videos on Tornado Cash. But this is moving in a positive direction and getting that story out there beyond just being a trial and really deep niche in the crypto industry. Now, I would like to see Roman get out of this, and props to Paradigm Ventures for not only funding majorly his trial, but I think they were very crucial in getting this story written up. Now, last and definitely not least, maybe most, is the statement that I woke up to coming from Hashkey Ventures. They operate over in Hong Kong. I've spent the last 2 years with them trying to get the Hong Kong regulation regime to really get cranking on the ETFs. My hopes were that we could get a competitive kind of relationship going between the US and China, and they've done an amazing job with this. They filed and hosted the first Bitcoin ETF. They've gone on beyond that, and we work together on a lot of like digital securities and things of that nature. Now, you'll see if you watch this video, they mentioned the one country, two methodologies, two mechanisms kind of strategy, and that is that the mainland Chinese regulation are looking at Hong Kong to do kind of sandbox explorations. They're giving them more leniency on digital assets, things around Bitcoin, obviously ETFs, and saying, hey, we'll see how they work inside of Hong Kong, and if it's okay, maybe we'll expand from there. So there's this really positive statement coming out of Hashkey in this clip saying that, you know, Chinese regulators are becoming more open to the idea of selling Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, etc. inside of China. Right now, it's a very closed-off place. They went rampant during Bitcoin mining era. A lot of the electricity demand that they built for these towns as they went through a real estate boom was actually being diverted, and there was a little bit of corruption involved in bribery. But anyway, a lot of the energy consumption was going towards Bitcoin mining, and it got a little out of control. So to reopen that market would be massive. Obviously, China is one of the largest countries and land masses and hugest population bases in the world. So this would be very exciting. Obviously, no matter what, if we move forward with regulations, building great businesses, that's all awesome, but we need buy-side demand from retail, from the broader populace, and this kind of brings that together. This is the glue in that story. So all three of these things coming together paint paint a really strong picture for the future. This may not move market prices today. We're still, I think, in this chaotic period, a lot of readjustment as we look at some of the new policies being enacted around the world, short-term volatility, a little chaos, things markets don't love. But as we stabilize, as we get towards understanding the future a little bit, being able to set ourselves up for success, if you will, I think that these are three things that come together really strongly. And, if we can get bullish on tomorrow, then maybe that's a good reason to buy coins at a discount today. It's not investment advice, but I will say if you can sort of invert the buy-sell curve away from the masses, you're probably in a healthier position. With that being said, I hope this gives you a little bit of bullishness towards the beginning of the week. Who knows what's going to happen next? And as always, good luck out there, and I'll see you tomorrow.